Here we are again. I'm gonna make a quick little training tutorial video for one of the members on a group I'm in on Facebook. So Neil, this one's for you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over how to set your Z0 using a feeler gauge instead of a piece of paper. Now I think everybody or a lot of people are familiar with, you put a piece of paper on top of your material, jog down until it grabs the paper or rips it, and then you set your Z0 there. But what if you're using a very sharp pointed tool that would very easily just pierce that paper, and you don't know for sure if you're at the top of the material or not, because that point can easily go through the paper, and if you're working in wood or like I'm working in wax here, it could very easily go inside there. So what we're going to do is, instead of using the piece of paper, we are going to use an automotive shim. Now these are labeled the size, and I take a Sharpie marker and write it on there because my eyesight's not what it used to be. And also this feeler gauge does not leave this machine, so I also have it written right down here on this board that my machine's sitting on. And we're going to go over getting it set up in Mach 3. So what I like to do is, if we just press the tab button on the keyboard, we get this little jog control flyout screen over here. And let me just drag this out. So I have my jog feed rate on slow at 10% of my maximum feed of this machine, maximum speed it can go. So if I press the up or down button, or page up, page down, we can see that it's going 200 millimeters a minute right here as it's moving. So I like to do that so I can hold the shift button down and press the page up or page down button, and it overrides that command and tells it to go as fast as it can. You can see we get that little yellow light right here lights up when I press the shift button. So page down, it goes down really fast. Page up, it goes up really fast. So what we're going to do is we are going to set this job up. And I'm going to have to find the top surface of this little spud here. So I'm going to take my feeler gauge and just stick it on here. I'm going to do this one-handed, so bear with me. So I've got that there. I am going to press the shift button and press the page down button. When I get really close, let off both of them. Now just press the page down button until I get really, really, really close. Then if you really want to dial it in, you can come over here to this jog mode and click on it and set it to step. And then whatever is in this field here is going to be how much it moves every time I press the page up, page down button. So if I reach over and I press this and hold it down, and let's just zero Z right here so we can see zero there. I'm going to just press it and hold it down. I'm still holding it down, but the machine's not moving. It just moved the 0.1 because that's what's in here. Let's go back up, and if we change that to 1, I'm in metric, so that means that's the unit of whatever your machine is set up in. Now if I press up the page up button and hold it, we can see that the machine only moved 1 unit, and I'm still holding the button down. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep pressing it, and the machine keeps going up that unit. So to get this dialed in, I'm going to get really, really close. I'm looking over here at the machine. I can see that I'm really close. So I am going to press the cycle jog step. There's 0.001, 0.0001, 1. So there's 0.1. And we're going to press the page down. And obviously you're going to have 2 hands, so you can just check for drag on that. Press the cycle jog step button one more time to get a finer step. Alright, so I've got drag there. It's a little tight, so I'm going to go up just a little bit. Alright, so that's good right there. So I've got drag on the feeler gauge. It's not pressing down on the material. Now we are whatever thickness this feeler gauge is above that top surface that I need Z0 to be. We know it's 0.6 or 762 thick. So I'm just going to come up here in the ZDRO. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to type in 0.762 and press enter. It's a positive number because that's above the top surface, but we are physically telling the machine where it's at in 3D space. Now I can page up, and let's just go back to continuous. So if I go page up, I take my feeler gauge out, I can then come over to the MDI line and just type G0, Z0 and press enter. I'm telling it to go to Z0. As soon as I press enter, click the wrong button. As soon as I press enter, it goes down. Now on this part that I have to make, my Z0 is actually a certain distance from that top surface. So my Z0 is down here. I know in this model that it's 9.6 millimeters from here to there. So I need to find that Z0. I could jog over and then do the MDI to tell it to go down. Or what I can do is come back up here and just tell it right here that you are 9.6 above Z0. Now I can page up, and if I jog over, go back to my MDI line from manual data input, click on it, it's already there. So I can just up arrow, press enter again, and boom. Now that crashed because this isn't high enough. This is just scrap. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes, but it would match from there to there. Now if this was wood, say you had your wood down here, you could do the exact same thing. Come down, touch the feeler gauge, tell Mach3 where it's at, above, which would be a positive, and then jog up, move your feeler gauge, and tell it to go down to Z0, and it'll go right down on top of that surface. And if you need the bottom of that surface to be your Z0, well, you measure the thickness of your material, you send it down to the top surface of our Z0, and then you just go in here and you type in a positive, whatever the thickness of your material is, and that tells it where it's at, so it also knows where 0 is that you want. I hope this is clear as mud.